Good evening and welcome to the ATV net. I believe I've got the audio. Fantastic. Hi there, I'm Neil, VK3RTV. I'm the net controller for this evening for the net, which is held every Tuesday night at 8 PM through VK3RTV. Stations that have checked in this evening: Bob VK3BVR, Mark VK3PI, Steve VK3TTF, and that's it. The ones that have checked in anyway. I know that there are a few watching, and we have a few watching on Richard VK3VRS's YouTube feed. So you can watch the net through Richard VK3VRS's YouTube feed and his Discord feed, or the best way is through VK3RTV using a set-top box, which are readily available on AliExpress. Talking of AliExpress, I do have a little item to show that I found on AliExpress earlier today. I'm sure you'll troll AliExpress and eBay for little bits and pieces. And I found a very interesting little SWR detection device which may help very much in terms of saving those expensive amplifiers. So first up this evening will be Peter VK3BFG. I see his logo is up already. I was expecting Clint VK3CSJ to come up, but he hasn't appeared yet. So if he doesn't appear soon, Peter, if you could put it straight back to me, that'd be great. So get ready, everyone, to switch across to RTV1 right now. So Peter, when you're ready, take it away. Switch across now.
Okay. Now we should have some audio. It's always the audio. Good evening, I'm Peter, VK3BFG, in fairly sunny Montana South actually. Been out flying models today, so got a little bit of a shine on the skin. Didn't have a whole lot of luck actually. I was trying to trim a new model out, and I think I've just got a very minor warp in the wing, and it's a highly aerobatic model, and therefore it's a bit of a thing to manage. Anyway, I'm sure I'll sort it out. And I landed the thing this afternoon and found that there was a bolt actually missing from the engine. And fortunately, it was part of the carburettor, but it wasn't really affecting the fuel flow, but it was a mechanical thing rather than a fuel flow thing. But if it was left, eventually it would stop the fuel flow. So I've got to find another exact grub screw for that very small 4-stroke motor. So it's going to be a bit of a hunt. Anyway, on to matters RTV. I've bought 2 GT Media version 7s on the recommendation from Neil and others. It's a combo, so it has a domestic tuner in it as well as a satellite tuner. So from that point of view, it will fit into our arrangement, and I'll just have to copy the IR codes again for that. For all I do is I get the IR code for 1 and 2, and I only put in 2 frequencies, one from the satellite and one for the domestic. So we just plumb between the 2, and I need to get the codes for number 1 and number 2, and what else do I need? Oh yes, the codes for putting up the information. So that's not a big ask. I've done it so often now with about 3 or 4 different versions of combos and whatever. But it'll be interesting just to see how these ones come up. And if they work okay, well, it'll be 2 spares for us, which is good. And from what Neil and others have said, they're not a bad unit. However, I will be breaking copyright on it. Oh dear, yes, we all do that. So there's no sin to get back afterwards saying it doesn't work. Anyway, look, I just thought I'd show you a controller that I built a little while ago. This controller will poll between a DVB-T source and a DVB-S source, as we've got. There's little LEDs there. It will tell you which one it's on, and it will control 2 receivers. So 2 of those ports there are off for the controls to the receivers to make them poll, and also to send an info signal down to them. and then a couple of outputs here which are for the PAs, and that one would drive the SR Systems unit, and it's minus the micro, which you can see there, the rather large 40-pin thing, but it's just relay driven, and it's got RS-232 port on it, two RS-232 ports actually, and yeah, I just thought I'd show it. It will control 2 receivers, so if we had a catastrophic failure up at RTV, we could put this in and run, say, 1246 and 1287 just in the interim. But it's never been needed, but it's just something that I found, you know, you're rummaging around looking for stuff, and suddenly you come across it and oh, gee whiz. I actually built that, so there we are. It's 2 channels control. It will control an SR Systems exciter, and it will poll between DVT and DBS tuners as well, or send the control signals for that. So yeah, it's a complete little controller. Very basic, but yeah, it would do the job. Anyway, apart from me needing to find this threaded nut that will put the little carburetor back where it ought to be, that's about it for tonight. So I think I'm handing it back to Neil. So I think we're going back to RTV2 now. So that's all from me, and back to you there, Neil. This is VK3BFG in Wantirna South.
Rightio, that would have confused everybody. Anyway, hopefully everybody's switched back over to here, and yeah, all is good. Yeah, Clint will be after me as well. We sort of yeah, Neil forgot that I was coming up, and Clint came on while Peter had already started broadcasting. So hopefully everyone's here. I know we've got 14 watchers on YouTube, so hello everyone there on YouTube. And yeah, there's Bronson, Vince, VK3, YVS. We've also got another Richard from Hobart, and Simon MZ7SF. There you go. And we've got Steve NF through VK3NF on Discord tonight. So yeah, well, I haven't got a lot, but I've got a little quick snippet of a video. As many of you know, a lot of us ATVers are also microwavers, and we often go out. Well, Mark and I did a very impromptu, no notice mad session on Saturday. We were sort of thinking of doing it on the Sunday, so we would have been able to give people a bit more notice, but we looked at the weather for Saturday and Sunday and went, eek, we'll go Saturday. So basically put a message out there on Saturday morning, hey, we're going out, come and play with us if you like. And yeah, there's a few people jumped on board as well, so that was quite good. Now, we went specifically to test some antennas and whatnot, and yeah, we had some interesting times, and we discovered a few little things. But yeah, just to kick the ball along. I've got quite a bit of footage, but I've had no time to actually edit anything. So this is raw, uncut, and just a tiny little snippet. Yeah, it'll give you a bit of a taste of what happens on our mad days, particularly when we're just sort of testing things more so than trying to make contacts. It's more all about the equipment and setup and whatnot. So I'll put that on now, and I'll see you when I get back.
Into something for RTV.
I'm sure it'll come together, and you can do some good post-production work and put some nice music to it.
No worries, mate. 7-3's VK3 JMA listening.
VK3 JMA, VK3TWO. You were a lot stronger on your first couple of overs, but then when you moved to mark, dropped down to about an S0. VK3 JMA, VK3TWO.
TWO.
I'm not pointing at you and can't change direction.
That's what's his name?
VK3
Heath.
JMA, VK3TWO.
Yeah, no worries, Heath. I'm also vertically polarised at the moment. I can spin that horizontal if you need to.
No, that's all right. I just had to check, and I think I am vertical, so that's fine there. But maybe the slight change in direction to mark. You went from
that's stronger.
You're about an S3, and now you're about an S0. I had to open squelch. VK3 JMA, VK3TWO.
Oh, mate, just move the dish a little bit to peak you up. How's that?
Yeah, that's good. You're between 3 and 4. And I think there was another station there, so I'll leave a break for them. VK3 JMA from VK3TWO.
Yeah, thanks, Heath. No worries, mate. VK3 JMA listening.
3 JMA, 3BCU.
Oh, g'day, Neil. Give us a bit longer one and I'll spin it around and try to find you.
Yeah, VK3 JMA. VK3 JMA, just VK3BCU. I'm vertical.
He's vertical.
So happy to go horizontal whenever you like. Actually monitoring that horizontal as we speak. So when you're ready, if you'd like to go horizontal,
Yep,
we can try that. VK3 JMA, VK3BCU.
Yeah, no worries, mate. I'll spin it horizontal now for next over.
Yep, no problem. I'm not sure exactly where I'm pointing, but I think I did hear actually horizontal. So that's a good sign. So anytime you want to give us a call.
No, you were in the right spot.
Yeah, VK3 Juliet Mike Alpha now horizontal. VK3 JMA horizontal polarisation. How copy? VK3 BCU, VK3 BCU, VK3 JMA.
VK3 JMA, VK3 JMA, VK3 BCU. Just give me a long call. I'll pick the beam on you, Mark. 3 JMA, 3 BCU.
Yeah, no worries, mate. All right. I'll just chat away to myself for a little bit. I'm a little bit disappointed. I would have thought the 4-foot dish would have performed a bit better at this frequency, but maybe not. So we can try the higher bands later and it should work better then. But anyway, hopefully you've been able to net me in and found out where I'm pointing. And likewise, I can do the same once you come back. VK3 BCU 3 JMA.
Yeah, 3 JMA. That's a lot better. How's that sound? Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, S7. Really good, really good.
Yeah, I don't think I'm quite peaked on you, but yeah, look, it makes a lot of difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, no worries. I'm just trying to move the dish and look at the signal strength meter all at once.
3 JMA, 3 BCU, go ahead.
Yeah, I've got you about S8 now, mate. Have you got me?
Yeah, just give me another call and give you a report.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, VK3 BCU, VK3 JMA, portable lock, VK3 JMA with VK3 VRS for filming, videoing, whatever you want to call it, VK3 JMA.
Yeah, no problems, Mark. Yeah, 5 and 7, all good. So anytime you want to try the other frequencies, I do have the high frequencies, 2.4, 3.4 and 5.7, but the antenna's not very high, so not sure how that'll go. Go ahead.
All right, mate, we might as well do it now because the dish is orientated on you, so I'll lock it in position and we'll just have to change the feed. So this is all manual today. There's no automatic switching. I've got to pull one feed out and slide another one in. So 4:39, I'll give you a call when we're ready to do that and we can try 2.4. So I'll see up on 2403.1 in a few minutes. I'll give you a call on 4:39. VK3 JMA.
Okay, Mark, I'll just turn on the filaments, get them warmed up, and we'll try probably 3.4 maybe
first.
better, but we'll try 2.4 first. Just getting ready.
Yeah, I don't really need to disconnect that.
For live news on the planets, cosmology, sunspots and more, every Friday at 10 p.m. Clint VK3CSJ presents the Astronomical Society of Victoria broadcast on this amateur television repeater, VK3RTV Channel 1.
And turn the audio on. There we go. Yeah, so it was an interesting day, and Simon's just commented on. Simon is VK3ZSJ in Turin. He said he was trying to contact us, but we didn't hear him. So Simon, always call out on 439. Yeah, we're always listening on 439. So that's the best way to sort of establish to say, hey, point in this direction or whatnot. So, but I think from where we were in Lock, not sure how we'd go to Turin. I'd have to check the path, but yeah, it might be a hill in the way. But yeah, we've made a lot of discoveries that day. It was actually not hugely successful with lots of contacts, but that's not the reason why we did it. The reason why we did it was to play with antennas. But we also discovered there was a real big haze from where we were. We couldn't even see the city, which normally we could, because it was so hazy with the weather. And obviously that haze was moisture, and we definitely feel that that moisture in the air was causing the signals to be quite attenuated. And to prove that later, we'll probably take exactly that same setup in the same location and compare notes to how it goes on a day that's nice and clear. So we'll definitely be keeping that in our playbook for later on to check to see how it goes on a much clearer day rather than a day where there's obviously a high moisture content in the air. And of course it rained that afternoon, later in the afternoon and evening, and of course all day Sunday. So yeah, there was definitely a fair bit of moisture and inversions not working in our favour, put it that way. So, but yeah, no, it was quite good. And yeah, hopefully next time we won't do it quite as impromptu. You might have noticed a few call signs there. Mark PI, I know you're watching. So we got you in there. You were actually the first contact. So when we had things set up, well, we weren't fully set up, but we were enough to do some contacts and some testing. And of course, Neil, BCU, Rob was there. There was quite a few, and Heath. You heard Heath. Yeah, always the regulars that are always there and available to have a good chat. So yeah, lots of fun. I highly recommend. Even if you only have receiving equipment, get out on a hill and get on 439 and put out a call and ask us to turn your direction and see if you can hear us on that contact with some of you, if you've got a receiver or even vertically polarized with a 9700 or some of the equipment that you might transverter that you might have. Just get out and have some fun. Even if you're not experimenting for the antennas, just go out and enjoy the outdoors. It's a great thing about our hobby. We can do that. Anyway, that's enough going on with me, because I know there's a few more lined up in the barrels. And stay tuned on RTV1, because we've got Clint CSJ. I believe he's got another instalment to tell us all about. So stay tuned. Hang on, should get myself organised before I start to throw. I'm going to go to colour bars, and then Clint, as soon as you see the colour bars, if you start transmitting, then hopefully it won't be too janky, because I know you're on T. So just start transmitting as soon as you see the colour bars. That's it for me. We've got 15 viewers now. And yes, Simon, definitely next time jump on 439 and let us know that you're around, and then we'll try and make sure that you get onto the contact list as well. That's it for now. Bye now. Bye-bye.
1, 2. All right, we're there. We actually started transmitting while you're still on camera, Richard. So it's taken all that time just to switch across. Good evening, everybody. Trust everyone is well, and I hope that 2 mics on. I am about to test a microphone, but there should be only one microphone on at the moment.
You had your, when you had your telephones on, you had one, and you've got two.
Okay. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where am I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I see. Go away. I don't know if that's just something. It sounds like I can monitor it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hello test, hello test. Hello test, hello test. Don't know. All right. Well, now I don't know why, because I've got both these microphones muted. So where that audio's. Oh, I know what's happening now. Yeah. Okay. It's the microphone in the camera. That's turned on. I wonder if it'll disappear. All right. That requires. It requires a little bit of mucking around. All right, that's no good because that's going to defeat the purpose if I put that microphone on. I was trying to. It looks like too much level there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was trying to. That makes no difference. Oh, I know. Yeah. Actually, let me see if I can fix that up by doing that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's fixed it, hasn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Yep. Okay. Yeah, easy. That was a thing in vMix. Okay. Good evening. Welcome to television, as they say. It's always audio. All right. Just a few things. Yeah. Okay. Start with this. All right. A few weeks ago, I purchased a newer microphone thingy. That's the little case. It's a charger. It's actually a battery. The reason why this is so weighty is there's a battery in there that holds a charge, so that you can charge both microphones in here and the receiver device in here. And I only just got around to mucking around with this the other day. And what I was hoping that I'd be able to do is run the receiver into the camera audio AV connection on the camera, thereby being able to use it on the camera. So if I was somewhere remote and I had the little wireless microphone here. But unfortunately, the camera's the AV connection on the camera is only an output. It's not an input. So that's not going to work, which is what I was hoping for. I don't know what the solution is there, whether to upgrade to another camera, HD, or maybe a 4K camera. Maybe that's the next step. But a 4K camera that accepts audio input as well as whatever else. So that's something I've got to investigate. So the only solution that I've got right now is to take the receiver output and stick it into channel 2 on my mixer, Behringer mixer. So what you're hearing right now is me on the Heil PR40 microphone, which is this guy just here you see out of shot on there. So that's what you're hearing me on right now. If I kill that, oh, here we go. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this is the little wireless microphone device, the newer thingy. So there's two transmitters that come with this kit, and this is microphone 1 for purpose of demonstration, and this is microphone 2. So there's the stereo, so you can have it stereo. Well, I'm not really too sure if it's picking up stereo on the system. Actually, it'd be interesting to know that. But anyway, let's just say that's the left channel and it's the right channel. So that's what these little microphones sound like. And I'll put one just over here so it's not. Oops, it's got a magnet on it as well, so it's just stuck to my HF radio. Anyway, so that's this microphone here running, and so I can just mute that and go back to the Heil microphone. So you can, I know there is a sound difference quality already. I've checked that in the headphones, but it gives you a bit of an idea what the difference is. So I'll mute the Heil to the little newer device. So they work quite well. I've been caught out before with these little wireless microphones. There was some cheaper version that I bought. They didn't work. I mean, just a lousy cheap thing. So, but this was some little ad that was on Facebook, and I followed it through. So I'm glad to say that it seems to work. But like I say, the only disappointing thing is that I can't attach the system to the existing cameras because the AV output is only is just an output. I can't run an audio in. There might be a workaround, I don't know, but that's the analog side of it. So there it is. So anyway, but that's this device, and it seems to work. Now, when I did an experiment with this the other day, I decided to go walking around just to see what the range was on this. So everywhere I walked in the barn here, go back to that one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everywhere I walked in, yeah, that's all right. Walked in the barn, as far as the loo and the main entrance in the kitchen and upstairs. I walked right full length of the room upstairs, which is 10 metres, everywhere, and it picked up everywhere. There was no flutter, there was no degradation. It was perfect pickup from just walking around here. Then I decided to go outside, and I walked as far as the main gate, which is some 150 odd metres away, but it didn't go that far. The range petered out probably about 50 metres away from here. So from the receiver, just sitting here. So let's say a good 40 metres range can be had, and that's probably perfectly okay if you're talking to the camera, which might be just here, and you're doing some sort of interview thing or whatever the application might be. So in studio sort of thing, it's perfect okay. So yeah, that seems to work quite well, those little wireless microphones. If you ever see the ad on Facebook or wherever it is, that's the box that it comes in, and there's a swag of there's a little Hessian bag that comes inside the thing, which is full of connectors and the little furry things that sit on the microphone to stop the wind going across the microphone, and this headphones, external wireless microphone, so you can actually plug that in if you wanted to run like an external microphone application. You plug into the receiver. Yeah, there's a little hole there. You might be able to see that if it focuses. It's not going to focus, but you can see the microphone. Just pull back, and there's a little hole there. That's where if you wanted to run a lapel microphone to it, so they supply that as well. All right. So I've been meaning to run that as a test for several weeks now that I've had that. So there it is. The only other thing to show is this is part of my astronomy setup for the optical telescope arrangement, is this device. It's a helio spectrograph. Let's see if I can focus on that. So it's an SHG 700 Melastro, if I think that's how you pronounce it. You put a camera on here, and this part attaches to your telescope, and as a heliospectrograph. So it looks at the sun in different wavelengths. You can actually see the different wavelengths that can be adjusted for in that little gauge just there, and it's fairly weighty, but it's designed to look at the different wavelengths of the that you can see of the sun. So as an example, there's this view here, and another view here. And I think this is the calcium wavelength, and also there's a Doppler measurement that can be done as well. It's not terribly clear, but you can see a reddish tinge to the top and a bluish tinge to the bottom. So that's indicating wavelength or light that's coming towards you and going away from you, and it's coloured in that effect, red and blue. So, and here's a little graphic that runs. I'll just make sure that's muted. So this sort of illustrates what is going on with the spectrograph, heliospectrograph. It scans the sun and produces these emission lines that then produces the appropriate image. Now, I mean, I haven't started to muck around with it yet, but as soon as I can get the observatory up and running with a telescope that this can adapt to, I'll be able to take some really groovy shots of the sun at different wavelengths, and be able to run that up here on the repeater so that you can all see what's going on. But that's essentially the little graphic that's supplied. It's made in Korea, this device, by somebody over there that knows what they're doing. Something like this would normally be a very expensive piece of equipment, and it is. It actually does cost a bit. It's made in Vietnam, not Korea. It's made in Vietnam, and I can't wait to start mucking around with it to get images, like this guy. So that'll be fantastic. I really do. Can't wait to muck around with that. Okay, so that's that show and tell thing. Now, Saturday I took a trip out into Victoria, 4-hour journey actually from here. So the other addition to the Radio Shack here is what I'm hiding here is this linear amplifier, Kenwood TL922 linear amplifier. Uses two 3-500Z tubes, and it covers from 160 through to 10 metres. And if you can tune, you can actually go onto the wide bands with something like this. But it's the 160 metre application is what was interesting to me when I discovered this. With my other camera, got a close-up of this on my other camera. There it is. So here's a close-up, and So it's a nice amp, and I haven't powered it up yet and tested it, but it should have worked okay. So that's a nice little linear amplifier, which has disappeared on Saturday to collect while everybody was out doing their microwaving. So that was good stuff, Richard, from what I could see on your video that you showed. Looks like everybody had a lot of fun as well. Okay, I think that's about it. I'm going to put something in the microwave now to have the evening meal, and get back to some other things that I was doing. So I've got a problem with the telescope mount on the there's what they call a dovetail, which was supposedly meant to fit my celestial telescope, but it doesn't. So it's caused me a delay in getting things set up in the dome. It's always something. All right, thanks for running it, Neil, and we'll put it across to you on RTV2. So if everybody would like to go across to RTV2 for Neil, and we'll see you hopefully all next week. Take care, for a lovely weekend. It's a long weekend coming up, so although I'm a little bit worried about the amount of rain that might be occurring on Monday. Anyway, all right, see you guys. Take care. This is VK3CSJ, Narrowwar and South.
Right, thanks, Clint, and looking forward to your telescope when it finally gets up and running. It'll be really good to see it running, and hopefully you'll have a big party. We'll all be invited. Now, with all these microwaves running around, if I can bring this up. Yeah, so I think most of us trial eBay and AliExpress, and this is what I discovered the other day. Which is an SWR detector, and I thought it would be really good to protect all those expensive amplifiers we're all being buying to run on microwaves. So there's one of the units, goes from 800 megs to 3 gigs, and this is the other one. Sorry, that's 800 to 3 gigs. And 1.7 gigs to 7 gigs. I'm not getting them right. Anyway, so these things I think will be very interesting. They put a TTL output, and there's a pop there, so you can adjust the SWR you want to trigger at. So you can drive a relay, and when the SW goes up below a predetermined level, you can kill the power to your amplifier and save a very expensive amplifier. So there's a circuit for one of them. And we see that's a circuit for the 1.5 to 7. Just a standard little sensor, just a straight through strip line, a little probe, and detecting a bit of RF coming back, and you can drive a relay and protect your amplifiers. And I've ordered two myself, and for about $20 delivered. So you buy two, you'll get them for just under $20 delivered. So I thought that might be very interesting for some of the microwavers. Also, our radio club on the 10th of November, the WANSARC Radio Club, VK3RTV guy, who runs the repairs for Yaesu in Melbourne, also sells Yaesu. He's going to give us a talk on his recent trip to Japan, in Tokyo, when there was the ham fair, and also talk about this new radio that's just been released, the FTX-1. So very interesting. 10th of November at the WANSARC Radio Club, which just borders the Essendon Airport. So if you want more details, you can go to the WANSARC website. So coming up next, I should have mentioned this earlier, we have Ian VK3QL, followed by Mick VK3CH. So I'm on T. Oh, so it's going to be, no, I'm on S. So it'll be a very nice cut over Ian. So you're ready, Ian. VK3QL, you take it. I'm on S, you're on S.
and it's Ian. Oh, God, I've fallen for that again. And yes, thanks, Neil. And yes, I don't know about. I think I was a bit quick on the gun there, and I might have cut off the end of your transmission. Sorry about that. I'm used to the T, so and I thought there was still a bit of delay with S, but it's sudden death. So no, all good. All right. Yes, I'm in Fitzroy, a few kilometres to the north of the city of Melbourne, and yeah, that was great video, Richard, on your excursion on Saturday, and of course it's always great to do a test out and find things to fix up. So great work there, and and Peter, bolts falling off aircraft. At least it's the risks for a model aircraft are slightly, or somewhat less than a real aircraft, but it's still annoying having things shifting around. At least it didn't lose a major part by the sound of it. All right, and Richard and Clint, great news on the astronomical equipment side of it, and the linear. I'm not sure what the 160 metre work that you'll be doing with the amplifier. I'd be interested to hear progress on that. Also, that's about it. Over the last weekend, the BATC had what they call Part 2 CAT, which is the Conference of Amateur Television. They've been running for many, many years, and it was CAT 25, which is the 25th year of the calendar. I don't think they've been going for more than a century, so they haven't been able to have to duplicate numbers yet. Yes, so CAT 25. What I've done is thrown together the intro to the speakers, and then the sum up by Dave towards the end. So what you'll see is the intro before the start of the day, about 10 o'clock last Saturday, their time, local time, and of course the last bit was 5 hours later. It's quite an involved and detailed talks are given during it, and I'm ploughing through the actual talks at the moment. They are available online in the BATC online YouTube channel, and currently that's the full 5 hour length, but they will be chopping that up into in various speakers or talks that were given. So there'll be about 6 or 7, I assume, video clips when in the next week or so put up. But in the meantime, if you want to jump in there, you'll find out all about this range of topics.
Hello, and a very warm welcome, and thank you for joining the BATC CAT 25 Part 2. My ex-YL, Tammy M0TC, is just sitting off camera here, and myself are very pleased to host this event again for the BATC this year. Let's start by taking a quick look at today's programme. So in a moment, our new chairman, Gareth G4XAT, officially opens the CAT 25 Convention Part 2. At 10:15, Portsdown developments. Dave G8GKQ will bring us all up to date with the latest Portsdown developments and demonstrate some of the extremely useful facilities on what is much more than a DATV transmitter. At 11 o'clock, Charles G4GUO will give his thoughts on what impact artificial intelligence will have on amateur radio and give some examples that can be used today. At 11:45, Justin G8YTZ will give an overview and insight into the repeater design of GB3JV, JT and GB300. At 12:30, an ATV packed lunch, an informal Q&A and interactive Zoom session open to you all to join. There's a link on the newsletter and will also be given on the screen, plus a look back at a wonderful ISS contact last weekend. At 1:30, Phil M0DNY will give an update on Ham TV from the ISS. At 2:15, Jen G4HIZ will tell us about a taste-to-receive system to receive ATV pictures from the International Space Station. And at 2:45, Phil will return to talk about why you must use filters to reduce Wi-Fi and 4G interference when receiving Ham TV. And then we'll be closing the meeting with Dave Jake GKQ at 3:15.
Well, what a day that was. Some really good presentations. I'd like to thank our presenters, Charles, for his overview of AI. It's good to hear from somebody who's been doing AI for so long and trying to apply it to amateur radio. I think I might wait another year before dipping my toe in. Justin, I was amazed at the level of integration you've achieved with that repeater, with the 3 repeaters there. Having designed the BATC ATV repeater controller, I know how complicated these things are, and you've just taken it to another level, so really impressive. Phil and Jen, well, Phil's presentation on Ham TV was a really marvellous summary of how we've got to where we are. And what struck me is, you know, initially when Ham TV was going to be recommissioned, there was this sort of sense amongst some of us that we've all done it before. But what struck me is we've had to face new challenges with the new 4G band there, and pushing ourselves further to get continuous video coverage. Now, I think we're going to very soon reach the situation where the video coverage is far better than the VUHF voice. And Jen, the view of how to do it simply, that is exactly how I started with the 60 centimeter dish, hand steered, and I would encourage anybody to give it a try. And when the ISS is in high elevation, it is very loud, and the reward for seeing it is very great. So would encourage everybody to give that a try. I'd like to thank Gareth for putting the program together. I think we had a really good varied set of talks. But the biggest thanks of the day must go to Tammy and David for such a professional production. Really good to see such a high quality program, both in terms of video quality, presentation values, and presentation content go out today. So thanks very much to Tammy and David. And with that, I will close the proceedings for today. Hope to see you in person at CAT 26 next year, which will be in early August. And again, online CAT 26, online probably in mid to late October next year. So thank you very much for watching, and good afternoon.
Right, the BATC, it's quite a reasonable membership cost there. I'll just roll back a little bit for that slide. So for approximately 20 Australian dollars, you can have what's called a cyber membership, and you get a quarterly magazine, which is very well put together and keeps you abreast of what's happening. You get access to the online part of the forums and available information that are online. It is, if you're interested in ATV and microwave work, it's an excellent opportunity to keep yourself abreast, and also support the BATC. So the full talks, all the talks are in online in the BATC CAT 25 section of the online channel of the BATC, and you don't have to be a member to access that part of the information available through the BATC. That's open to all and sundry. And as I said, it's a full 5-hour video now of all the talks that have gone through, but and you can go through them and pick out the ones you want to look at and view them. I've viewed the first two already, very, very detailed. The Portsdown one that Dave covered, yes, he's gone ahead in leaps and bounds, and he's also confronted the challenges of the Portsdown the Raspberry 5 and how that might improve the functionality of the Portsdown. But at this stage, he's recommending the Portsdown 4 combination for any ATV work. The other thing I was going to mention, oh yes, the other thing I watched was the AI section that Charles did. Very interesting and gives you a good background to AI over the last 2 decades really, and then what's happening as far as being able to help people for amateur radio work. And I've used it very embryonically for some of the work that I've done, but it is very powerful, and I've got some good clues on how to progress that work too. So that's the story, but do yourself a favour, check out the BATC online channel of YouTube and see what you can glean from Cat25 talks. Right, for focus, and the ISS. Now there's a few talks on receiving ISS directly via the down transmissions, television transmissions. So anyway, let's look at, we've got lots of passes, which at this stage the ham TV is not switched on, it's not transmitting from this ISS at this point in time, but there's certainly the 2-metre repeater in the sky, and the packet system is operational. So here's lots of passes this coming 7 days.
Let's have a look at the International Space Station passes for Melbourne over the next week.
VK3MQ. VK3MQ, VK7 Delta Whiskey 59. Yeah, 59 to you. Andrew. VK3EJ, VK7DW. Also 59, got you that time, Damien, 73. Cheers. Low Yankee, perfect. VK2 Alpha Zulu.
Right, yes, as mentioned, the ham TV, there's lots of information on the BATC wiki site. QR codes there for you to click, or just search for the BATC wiki ham TV. Search and you'll turn it up. So there you are.
Did you know that a video edition of the WIA news broadcast is screened here, VK3RTV Channel 1 by Clint VK3CSJ, every Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m, repeated Sunday evening at 8 p.m. And
also with the WIA news transmissions locally. Clint also goes to air on 160 metres on 1825 from memory at 9:30 on a Sunday morning. So covering a slot and a practice that dates back to early last century. So great work there, acknowledging the historic transmissions of that time. All right, let's go for a quiz. Now I'm passing it on to Mick, VK3CH in leafy green Doncaster. So if you'd like to get ready, Mick, and I'll do my outro and drop carrier. So good evening from VK3 Quebec Lima.
Okay, that was a real long cutover. Anyway, we're there. Now if I flick this down, yes, got audio, all good. Got the microphone close by. Yeah, last week people said I was very quiet. It was over there. I forget to grab and swing it. So we have to remember to do that. All right. What comments do we have? Peter, bolts falling off aeroplanes. Well, glad it was only partly the carburetor and not things like landing gear or the wing or the windscreen or other things that may annoy. So there you go. Now the missus heard that one and she sort of what bolts are falling out of aeroplanes? So anyway, there you go. All right, what have we done? Well, most of you have probably got the newsletter that we scribble. So that's pretty much summarised what we've been doing over the last 2 months. And what have we been doing lately? We've been playing with Linux. So we've been attempting to put Linux on this hard drive, and as you can see, it's got like those little controller things that plug into it. I probably won't line that up on camera now. Yes, I will. And you can get that from JCar for like, I don't know, I think $20 something. And your USB plugs into it there, and it needs a bit of power for some drives, some don't. And yeah, it's essentially a USB hard drive, a bit quicker than the USB sticks, and won't wear out as much. So what we've done is we loaded Linux, well, we made a boot disk on the USB, which we then booted up both the main computer and the laptop, and installed Linux to the hard drive, and just to sort of see how it would go without, you know, damaging changing any of your Windows installations on either the laptop or the main desktop. Sorry, sore throat. But what we find is when you plug this in, it won't spin up till it knows that it's plugged into the USB drive. And of course, when you're booting the computer, by the time it boots up and looks for a boot drive, when you say, you know, don't look for the USB boot drive, it hasn't successfully spinned up enough. So the computer races it and says, oh, no, invalid, press the key to start again, it won't find it. So that both happens on the main computer that I've got and the laptop in the bag in the corner. So what I'm reading up on now is to do a dual boot system, and the most safest way I've learnt is to actually disconnect the hard drive, your C drive and your machine, and then do a full clean boot onto another hard drive, and then use the boot system on the computer to actually flick between the two, and the bootloader doesn't get written onto the C drive. But early days yet, only read up on that today. So my phone keeps going ting. Messages. Oh, yeah, okay. Another ham, don't worry. He's making fun of me. Who doesn't? Alright. That's pretty much what we've really been doing. Yeah, good to see you guys out with the microwave stuff. I was thinking about going out last Sunday, but yeah, I looked at the weather and thought, nah. This Saturday kind of looks good, according to the phone, and Sunday looks bad. So maybe I'll go out Saturday, I don't know. Yeah, the phone reckons it's good. Always a few degrees cooler out in Kinglake when we go out there. Oh, and the other thing that I saw was very strong wind. That was the part I didn't like. But I suppose that's just the setting up. Now that I can screw the things on top of the roof, the wind won't blow them away as opposed to tripods. The only other thing I thought was the comfort of the actual operator doing the microwaving stuff. So I thought, nah. But Saturday could be the go. I haven't looked at the diary. I don't know if the missus has got us doing anything. Alright, that's about a lot of news I've really got. It's in the newsletter for those that got it, which I think is pretty much just about all of you. You got the cut down version, but the photos aren't too grainy. The club members get the 14 megabit version, but they're all on the same mail server. They're part of the magazine server that Mac VK3RTV has set up the whole computer system, and very clever boy. And he keeps on telling me to use Linux and get rid of Windows. He uses a different language, but you can probably guess what that may be. Alright, that's about all I've got really, so we'll put it back to Neil, VK3BCU. Cheers all, VK3CH and Doncaster.
Right, well, thanks for that, Mick. My T didn't key up, so I had to go back to S, so that's why there was the horrible cutover. Thanks everyone for watching. It's been good, long session tonight, and we still have 19 people watching on Richard's YouTube feed. So once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for all the people that we don't know about that do watch. We do appreciate it, even though we can't identify you. Although there's quite a few on the YouTube feed. I won't read everybody's name out, but I can see you there. And once again, thanks for watching. So that's about it. So see you all next week, and hopefully we'll have just as many watching next week. Cheers.